Hopefully this isn't too loud. We're gonna leave that as a hope. Hello there, people of the internet. It is I, Subnoir, back here with the most worst timed fucking stream possible. Because I am the king of doing terrible things at terrible times. Now, due to recent events, today we're going to be playing something this is what we're doing today. This is what I've resigned myself to. I have gone so far down in, I guess, my self-respect that I've now decided it is okay for me to play this. I guess this game has music as well, so we can stop the background music. And we can let this fucking take over. By the way, hi. You know. But, yeah. The more we can get through this game without, Blazing getting here, the better. Essentially, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna go ahead and start, because I don't know what to do with this. $8:59 p.m. What the fuck? You stretched in your seat, in the process of getting ready for a match of Hypixel with your friends, when you've gotten a notification on your phone. It was an alert from Twitch. Your favorite streamers are online. You finished setting up and proceeded to wait for your friends in the lobby. Thinking that they were taking quite a long while, you decided to put the stream up on your phone. Huh. What does his voice even fucking sound like? I don't know. I legitimately had no stake in his existence. I'm gonna give him a high-pitched voice. Hi, hello, welcome to the stream, guys. I'm here with George and Sapnap. Say hi. Hi. Hello. I don't fucking know the voices. I don't know the voices. I need to get somebody else in call to do a different voice. Although then again, I have to date these idiots, so maybe not. Well, I have pitch for you. I don't fucking know. There's controversy. I don't give a shit. We'll be doing another Minecraft challenge for the stream. This challenge, we coded it so that we... Suddenly, their voices began to fade out as your eyelids started to feel heavy. You tried to fight against the urge to shut your eyes, but it was proven futile as you felt your body fall back from your seat, completely blacking out. Thud. You let out a groan as you felt your back collide with the ground. You assumed that you had landed on your apartment floor until you heard 3 different voices from above you. That was a really harsh fall. Do you think they're okay?
I don't know.
Was that voice acting? Dream? That name sounded familiar. The sound effect of ringing in your ear just as familiar too. Sorry, I'm late. Oh, it's fine. You know, this stream doesn't have much of a bearing on anything. You began to stir awake and attempt to open your eyes. Wait, guys. Shit, they're waking up. I think. What do these fucking people sound like? I don't know. I do not know. And this is the screenshot that ended it all. This is inaccurate. It moves? It moves with a fucking cursor. What is the quality of this bullshit? Isn't there like 9 endings to the shit? Whatever. You are met with 3 familiar faces looking down at you in concern. Hey, are you okay? Here, let me help you up. This is just a screenshot from the game. You were brought up to your feet by the tall male in front of you, your arms immediately flailing about as you tried to regain your balance. You began to pat off the dirt of your pants as you come to the realization that you are surrounded by 3 of your favorite content creators. You're probably so confused right now. I go by Dream. What's yours? What is your name? What is my name? No, we need to think of a good name. I could just go by Sub, but I don't want to fucking do that. I don't want to be associated with this at all. This is immensely painful to me. Is that a good name? I think that's a good name. Twitter. You know, hey, look. We're just gonna go with this one now. You introduced yourself. Dream grins.
Hi.
Hi. Twitter, nice to meet you. See, he has kind of a high-pitched voice. I'm not insane. Dream was then pushed over to the side by a brunette who had a bandana tied around his forehead. He seemed to be a really energetic person. What voice did I just do for this video? I'm just gonna give this fucker a normal voice. Hi there, Twitter. I'm Sapnap. Sapnap, you didn't have to shove me. You just weren't quick enough to move out of the way. You bashfully nodded and waved back to the two. As they both began to bicker, you heard a sigh coming from your right and looked towards a shorter brunette. This is the British one, right? This is the British one, I think. Yeah. I'm really sorry for these two. This is all completely normal.
Hello.
I'm George. Pleasure to meet you, Twitter. Yeah. I feel like this is perfectly normal. George then cleared his throat loudly enough for the other two to hear. So, what's our plan now? Obviously, we're stuck in a Minecraft world, but we can't stay here forever. Yeah, his voice is just gonna go all over the place. Accents are gonna kill me. Flustered, Dream and Sapnap had themselves fixed and focused on the situation at hand. How do you think we can get out of this? Any ideas? It seemed that they had discussed this before you had arrived, confirming that everyone was from the real world and not a bot built into this game's code. Seeing you fall from, apparently, 140 blocks high also served as enough evidence that you, too, were real to them. A moment of silence had passed for a while as all 4 of you tried to think of a solution. Free the end? Everyone turned to Dream. The what? The end. We find the stronghold, beat the Ender Dragon, and free the end. Just like how we usually do our challenges. I'm not sure if this will help us get back, but it's worth a try, right? But then this is us, Dream. We're not even our characters anymore. We're actual people stuck in our places. We can't just die and respawn, 0 hearts and we disappear. How are you so sure about that? We don't know if that's true. Sapnap, out of the blue, proceeded to punch George. A glimpse of George's health had appeared on top of his head for a split second with his last heart split in half. Dream's face faltered at this. Of all people, Sapnap, you really had to choose. So, if we're gonna finish this game, we all have to be careful. You nodded along, gazing up to see that you had half of your entire health bar down due to your fall earlier. Alright then, let's split up since it's almost nighttime. I'll go mine for ores. George, you go get us as many wood as you can. Sapnap, find us a proper place to reside for now. As three of them went their separate ways, you were left on your own. You wanted to help out too, so you decided to... okay. So, this is Sapnape, and this is George. I don't have to do a voice. I'm just gonna get wood. You decided to walk toward... Fuck! I chose the British one. God damn it. Reset, reset. Alt F4, tactical reset. You decided to walk towards the path that George had taken, one leading deeper into the forest biome. Twitter. So you decided to catch up with me. You nodded as he went to the opposite side of the tree he was getting materials from, starting to break it down. I'm so glad you went with me. This way we could get more supplies a lot faster. You smiled at him as you went to another tree to gather more materials. After a bit of silence passed between you two, George spoke up once more. So, you play Minecraft? I'm pretty sure you know it, boss. Is there anything you'd like to do in particular that got you into it? Now one of these lead to a bad ending, I think. Third? Really? I don't know. That seems a little rude. Well, I guess he is British. Yeah, okay. You'd rather focus on the task at hand than to participate in small talk. Besides, it'd mean that you could get back to the real world quicker than the faster everyone reunites after this. Not much of a talker, huh? You paid him no mind as you continued to obtain more wood. Once you feel like the amount of materials you've gotten was enough, you peer back and see George waiting for you to finish up. Let's head back, yeah? That voice is gonna be so inconsistent. Ah. You nodded as you both make your way back up when Satnap had called up. I like the blue eyes more than the red. I guess that's fair. Guys, I found a ruined portal. The both of your heads snapped towards the direction of where Satnap's voice resonated and bounded over to his area. When they put on their glasses, one eye will disappear. True. Nice find. As everyone reunited, they had huddled around the ruined portal. Dream and George had exchanged the materials they obtained, successfully creating a crafting table. Really? Dream creates enough stone axes and pickaxes for everyone to be able to defend themselves when needed. George then stashes the crafting table in his inventory. Now, let's see what the chest has in store for us. He motions for Sapnap to take the lead. The brunette bounds over to the chest, buried in between the netherrack, opening the lock up and revealing the items locked in. Why do they spell brunette that way? Isn't it? Or actually, is it spelled that way normally and then ETTE for like what? How does... Whatever. I don't fucking know. That is just a screenshot. They didn't even get the corners. Oh, that's so unsatisfying. Oh. So, what do we got? A gapple. There's also a flint and steel, a few golden ingots, an enchanted golden helmet, and some obsidian blocks. Sapnap then quickly sweeps a hand in the chest before anyone can speak up. I call dibs on the flint and steel. George rolls his eyes before quickly approaching the chest. Wait, quickly wasn't even there. Then I'll grab the helmet. Dream was the last to approach the chest, bringing up the two remaining items. He holds them both in his hands as if to weigh his choices. Here, Twitter. He tosses the golden apple to you. He glanced at it for a second before looking back up towards the blonde. He simply smiled back at you. Is he blonde? He isn't blonde in real life, right? Is Dram blonde? Is Drake blonde? No, not Drake. Dream. I don't think he is. Yeah, whatever. You'll need it more than I do. Besides, these will be handy later on. You were about to speak up when the sound of groaning was heard all around you. Dirty blonde. Okay. I'll be sure to completely forget this information in about 10 minutes. The three of you had lost track of time as night came upon all of you. Numerous mobs had begun to spawn. Guys, there's a village down here. Find a 1-block hole, that's my marker. Upon hearing this, Dream had already sprinted ahead, leaving everyone else to follow his lead. As you all ran, you heard a yelp from someone behind you. Ah! George! Are they both British? I have no fucking clue. Sapnap sounds like an American name, but he could be British. George was wrestling with a zombie. Sapnap had also turned his head around and immediately wielded his axe. As you look behind the younger brunette, you spotted a creeper approaching his way. Oh. You called out for Sapnap to take a big stride to the side as you struck the creeper behind him. You nodded at him to continue his way to George. George is the fucking helmet, I don't give a shit about him. As the creeper began to flash light, you hit the mob one more time. It recedes in dust as a few orbs of XP had taken its place. When you turn around, you see Sapnap pushing George off in front of him in an attempt to get him to move. He passes by you as you turn back to run with them towards the village. Hell. Thanks for having my back, Twitter. That's a very different landscape. Dream turns around. Are you guys okay? All three of you nodded in response. Alright, then come on. We're almost there. House. You all hobbled over to the nearby village. Dream had shoved a random door open and ushered all of you inside, breaking any lever or button nearby the entrance to ensure that no other mob could get in. You really didn't have to, but it was better safe than sorry. What the fu- I just right-clicked. What happened? Oh. Dream then sighed as everyone attempted to catch their breath. Anyone hurt badly or anything? You, George, and Sapnap glanced at each other for a minute before shaking your heads all together. Dream sighs in relief before glancing at the iron golem doing its job to protect the village through the window. Well, it seems like we're in a library. Might as well make most of our time here and rest up until daylight comes back. Dream and Sapnap nodded at this. Dream continued to stay nearby the door, keeping watch of the mobs outside. Sapnap had decided to sit by the staircase to the upper floor of the library. George had already gone up to check out the many books on the shelves. He took this as time to breathe and venture around. Well, I guess we've already talked to fucking Gorg. Whatever. You decided to head upstairs. You wanted to see what the library had in store for you. Hearing your footsteps approaching, George sees you standing at the top of the stairs. Twitter. He smiles at you as he puts a book back on the shelf. You questioned him as to why he did that, as he seemed quite interested in it. Oh, it was nothing, really. You don't buy it one bit, but you let it slide. That's right, you fucking bit. You stood next to him as you peered at multiple books with enchantment table language engraved on their spines. That was not a word. Your fingers brush against the leather before George clears his throat. So, books. You like books too? Hell. I need more food. This is killing my throat. Okay. Well, what are we looking to say here? It's kind of a rude response. Well, definitely one of these two. Person, that is not an emote. You can, yes, you can spell. Goddammit, I don't want to fucking think. I can't do a chat poll every answer, because that'd be too much. I'm gonna say the third one. We're gonna be more mysterious. Some things take too much of a toll in the real world. So you turn to the compiled pages and immerse yourself in it. George nods along. Things can get out of hand, don't they? If you'd like, I'd give you recommendations once we're out of here. That seemed like a good response. We're vibing. Dream and Satnap aren't exactly into the genres I like. Genres? Holy shit. Genres I like. So maybe you'd like them. You smile at him, and he smiled back. Guys, sun's out. Let's go and loot this place. Breathing sucks. Everyone assembled themselves nearby the entrance of the library. Main focus is to find more iron. If you guys found enough, craft a shield for each of you. I look for a furnace and split the ones I've mined. I'll keep an eye out for more too. I look for food too. We'll be needing more of it later on. Everyone nods and headed off in various directions. You enter a nearby house to be greeted by a villager, who stares at you for a moment before leaving the structure. You shook your head at the random encounter before climbing up the stairs to see a chest in the corner. Opening it, you were greeted by 4 pieces of bread, 2 iron ingots, and an apple. Smiling, you stash all of them into your inventory before heading out. God. My throat is fucking killing me. Slowly. George approaches you. He gives you a shield and an iron pickaxe to replace your stone one. You know that he was able to make enough for everyone. Turning around to the sound of footsteps approaching, you see, too many hydrates. Tripped, calm the fuck down. I'm gonna run out of water. You see Dream returning with more iron ingots and a bunch of buckets in his hands. My throat doesn't hurt that much. I'll be fine. It's alright. I do understand that you care. I'm just trying not to disturb the peace of my house. George also made his way to the blonde, handing him his share of the new iron assets. Dream nodded at him in thanks. Nice. Alright, Sapnap. How many obsidian blocks were in the chest? Sapnap pondered for a bit. I think there were 2. Dream glances down at the buckets he had with him and handed over a few to George. Alright, George. You go and get water. I'll go ahead and get some lava. What the fuck? Why are they speaking? Oh, that doesn't matter. Dream glances down at the buckets he had with him and handed a few over to George. Alright, George. You go and get water. I'll go ahead and get some lava. Sapnap. I'll stay here and light the new portal up. You stay here and light the new portal up. Funky. Dream bounds off in the opposite direction, while George walks to the nearby brook. Sapnap walks down the path towards the ruined portal area. Who do you want to catch up to? Obvious choice. Holy shit. Thank you, Sleepy System Dre, Blazin', vibin'. How's it going? Coffee. So many names. Aren't you like spooky now? Whatever. Thank you so much for the subscription. That is very appreciated. Fucking 8 months, absolutely going by. Crazy. Gorg, yeah. An awfully this is not a sus stream in the slightest. It is not suspicious. Spooky just for Halloween. Okay. Gorg. Groggy. Groggy, yeah. It reminds me of that one, like, image of a cat that just has, like, the milk covering its face. Sussy. It is not sus. We're following Gog. He sped up a bit and caught up with George. By the way, I am in my Discord. You wanna vibe in? He smiles at you as you both fall in a step. As you approach the small body of water, George crouches down and scoops up enough water into the bucket. They ain't changed that. Okay. You seem really easy to talk to, Twitter. How are you with your friends on your end? Fuck. I didn't want to think. I don't want to speak to you, you fucking British bastard. Welcome to the call, by the way. Why is my microphone going so fucking loud just from... Weird. They're fine. They're a great bunch. They made the world of me. Probably the third one again. You stickered your entire PC. Ow. What does that even mean? This is probably too clingy. Now we're gonna go with third. You smile as you thought of your friend group. They always knew how to brighten up your day when it gets too much. Hey, thank you for the gifted sub, Tripped. Very appreciated. To Tony Stark. Hello, gamer. We have the Iron Man in our chat as we play Minecraft dating sim. Yay. It's trying to start a hype train right now. You would do anything it takes to make them just as happy. Hell. Kind of random person? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they'll say something. George smiles at this. Yeah, it's all cool. Why is he giving me the fucking eyes? These damn eyes. This fucking face. Yeah, he looks compressed. I feel the exact same. I don't know. Methamphetamines. I'd give them... I'd give them everything if it if it meant having smiles on their faces too. I might have made a bad speaking decision. Because I have a feeling this is foreshadowing to something not good. I'd give them everything I have. Yike. You can hear the fondness dripping from his voice. The other two seem to be very dear to him, you conclude. Yep. Let's head back. What? I am literally so uninvested in this fandom. Minecraft, MCYT is fucking Stampy Longnose, and that is it. I do not give a shit about anyone else. He nodded before walking right behind him, following his path back towards the ruined portal. You guys got the stuff? Everyone raises their needed item, confirming that they all had what they needed. Dream smiles at this before beginning to call George to his side to help complete the portal altogether. He stood by the side as the 3 other members had grouped up together to speed up the portal building process. Once they were all finished, Sapnap flicked the stone in his possession and flared the new nether portal to life. That's so unsatisfying. Why would they not just use the other one? It's right there. Why did... You are not a Minecraft fucking pro. You lied to me, you bitch. How dare you? The 4 of you grinned at the success of your first half of the plan. Sapnap then glances around to everyone else. So, is everyone ready? Dream points to George. Wear your helmet. Oh wait, no. Wear your helmet, George. Oh, yeah. George quickly applies the helmet and gave a thumbs up. We're ready. Sapnap nods and you all usher over to the line of blocks right before the portal. You inhale deeply and exhale slowly. I don't even want to know what those cryptic words are supposed to mean. An attempt to calm your nerves before entering the portal, you peer over to the side to see the other 3 doing the same. Wait a fucking second. This portal is 3 by fucking 3. These bastards. How dare you? Yeah. Hell. Dream then began to count. On 3. 1, 2, 3. As Sapnap shouted, all 4 of you had jumped into the portal at the same time. Wow. This is so crazy. We're in the Minecraft Nether. Yeah. Cool. You know, honestly, I feel like it's pretty fitting that we're in hell now. I mean, I was already in hell before we got here in the game, but sure. After feeling light for a split second as you thread through the two different worlds, you feel gravity pulling you down as you enter a warmer surrounding. The nether that's so hot. No, this is not hot. Well, I guess it's technically heat. I don't want to get too sexual. We're gonna be nice and calm today. You decided to take a step down from the obsidian platform. With the disorientation catching up to you, you had fallen onto your knees and clutched your head. Teleporting from one world to another isn't as exactly fun as it seemed. The other three had simultaneously groaned as they landed. Yeah, hopefully we're never doing this again. I second that. Hell. The emoji on your stream for hot is kind of cringe. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Shaking his head, Dream stood up and batted away the netherrack dust that had gotten all over him from the fall. You and the other two had followed his lead and did the same. Yeah, I don't know, that's something? Maybe it's better TTV. I'm not sure. Well, wait, what is that bastard doing now? Dream gazes around the view of endlessly dripping lava, trying to let the scene sink in. The nether. You can hear the dread in Dream's voice. No. And you were about to approach him about it before he turned with a stern look on his face. Gather a bunch of netherrack. We'll need it. You all nodded and split off, and you bounded off to the side, creating a small strip mine to easily gather a big amount of the nearby material. Oh, nice pan shot. As you mined away, you heard a loud gasp echo from outside the cave. Guys, the fortress, it's right here. Crikey, sorry. You raise your eyebrows in surprise. It was just near spawn. That's so lucky. You hurriedly mined a bit more in netherrack before running outside, catching up to Sapnap, who had evidently done the exact same. Nice find, Guggy. Do they call him that? Like that? What? Okay. George seemingly cringes at the nickname, but okay. That makes sense. But was cut off from reacting due to the fact that Dream had ruffled his hair. Everyone follows George's lead toward the structure. What's this music? As your group approaches the nether brick walls, everyone took a turn and using their bundles of netherrack to maneuver up an entrance. As you helped each other up the ledge, George gasps as a wither skeleton attacked him. He had managed to bring up his shield in time to block it. I can't combine the voices. How the fuck am I supposed to? George! Jorge! Jorge! I'm fine. Let's just go. Man, fuck COVID. All my homies hate COVID. He shoves the mob back as everyone darted off to the opposite direction. Dream points towards the nearby blaze spawner, calling Sapnap to his side. As they both began to farm for the needed blaze rods, George was busy defending the area from the other mobs that had followed you. The two different mobs began to multiply as time passed, and you knew you had to help out somehow. The fuck? Jorge. Oh, it's just Jorge, obviously. You bounded over to George as quick as you can, swinging your axe at nearby wither skeletons before shoving the others away with your shield. George looks at you in surprise. It's really close. I don't know if I'm comfortable with this. Twitter, you... But he was cut off when two more skeletons bumped against him. You reprimanded him, saying that it isn't the right time to complain about your split-second choices. He silently nodded, working on defending the other two as they handled each other's sides. We have enough. Let's go. You all fought your way to the fortress grounds and went to the nearby netherrack field. As you dashed through the terrain, you noticed that Dream and the others weren't heading for the portal. You racked your brain as you wondered why, but remembered that you needed the easiest and quickest way that you all could think for obtaining ender pearls. And that was through piglin trading. I don't know, honestly, warped forests are kind of better. You all look for a biome that had enough mobs that were available for trading. Dream hollers over to you guys to dig up a hole surrounded at least 2 or 3 piglins. George passes over his golden helmet to Dream as he tosses gold ingots towards the hog-like humanoids, leading them to the hole you all made. With no gold to pass the... With no gold to pass the piglins' tastes, the others had begun to run towards everyone else. Sapnap was on one end of the pit, fighting against 2 ghasts that had simultaneously spawned. George was on the other end, fending off piglins and a few wither skeletons that had followed your group. Dream, make it quick. I'm trying. Dream. Fucking piglins, I don't care. Making up your mind, you take long strides towards the other older male who seemed to have a tiny bit of trouble fighting off the mobs. You tell George that you can handle the skeletons and have him run around the area as much so he can stall time for Dream to make a sufficient amount of trades. Sounds like a plan, Twitter. You then began to run around and lead the other piglins away as you exchanged hits with wither skeletons in front of you. Everything began to overwhelm you, from the amount of mobs surrounding you to the huge amount of pressure you're feeling right now. Sapnap began to call out, a peeved tone seeping out of his voice. Dream! Dream rolled his eyes. Let's go, this way. He was visibly irritated as he was pressured, but hopefully everyone would shrug it off. You all bolted to it. Why is this 3x3? Why? That's not even how Minecraft fucking works. 3x3 does not make 3x3. It makes 2x2 in the other dimension. You should be burned for your sins. Hell. You all bolted towards the right direction to the portal, the one you would finally recognize, and gasped in relief when you spotted the familiar purple particles flaring in the air. Dream reaches it first, not entering the vortex, and instead opted to take out a swing at an approaching aggressive piglin mob. Get in, now! Without a second thought, Sapnap and George head into the portal, their bodies slowly disappearing in the overworld the longer they stayed in. You glanced back at Dream and hesitated. You didn't want to leave him behind. Dream frowned at you. Go! When you didn't budge, Dream had instead pushed you through the portal. Funky. I wonder how much time it took to make this. When you came to, your first reaction was to frantically check your surroundings for your other companions. We're here, Twitter. We're here. Yeah. From behind you, you hear Sapnap and George seemingly out of breath. The older of the two was lying on his back, whilst the other was seated on a nearby grass block and wiping the sweat from his chin. George's voice wavered when he spoke up. Okay. Where's Dream? Your heart sank when you had to explain what happened before you teleported back into the overworld. They both frowned at this. What? Of course he would. We have to go back. If he's still there, we need to help him. Before their argument could get any bigger, Dream had suddenly appeared into the overworld. He landed under the grass with a harsh thud. Dream! You all rushed over to his side, to which he waved off. Both Sapnap and George helped him onto his feet. I'm fine. I'm fine. Health check, guys? You all warily nodded before looking up to your own health bars. George says that he has 4 left. You and Sapnap have the same amount of 3. Dream had only half a heart. Sapnap frowned as George crossed his arms. What happened to being careful, Dream? Dream waved him off as he pulled a piece of bread to replenish his hunger and to regen. God damn it, I keep right-clicking. All that matters is that we're fine. It was our first, and hopefully our last, time in the Nether. Of course it'd end up messy. You were about to hand him your golden apple, but he noticed and stopped you from doing so. I told you, you'll need it more than I do. He frowned, but didn't push. You stashed it back in your inventory as Sapnap approached him to craft Eyes of Ender. As they successfully crafted a few, Dream flicked one up. It slowly rises and leads towards one direction before ultimately plunging to the ground. The blonde catches it right before it lands, and double-checks if it's snapped in two. Well, we have our lead. Let's go. You all then fell into step with each other. The walk was quiet, save for the occasional clinking of ender eyes that came from Dream. It was a bit too quiet for your liking. Check up on who? You slowed your pace down to match with George's, who was situated at the very end of your little line of follow the leader. The colorblind male had been munching on his share of bread, effectively replenishing his health. He nods as he swallows his recent bite. I'm all good, Twitter. Thanks for asking. Do you need anything? The only food I've seen you wield was the gapple from way earlier. You shook your head, letting him know that you have your own stash of foods. A little bit of silence filled up the space between you two before George spoke up this time. So, do you have any questions, like, in general? I just figured that since you've been with us this entire time, might as well get to know each other a bit more. I do mean to say this respectfully, but I do feel like if we're both focused on different games and different streams, there might be a little bit of audio confusion. Okay. Yeah. See you around then. I'll see how long this lasts. You now know that he likes coding and reading books. Maybe there is more that he'd like to do? George blinked for a second before humming in thought. Something I would like to do other than the ones I've told you. Well, I'm quite into chess. I play it from time to time with the other two. You nodded your head. Interesting. It wasn't really a game you're too interested in. It fascinates you when you watch people play, but the mechanics are quite confusing. He notices this, and lets out the softest laughter. Huh. If you want to do it, that's okay. But if you really want to learn it, I can teach you. Maybe even have a little chess date, if you'd like that. We're in. We're in. His cheeks tint pink, and he bashfully smiled back. You'll have to keep that offer in mind. God, I'm still dying. Everyone stopped walking when Dream halted in his tracks. It's down here. He announces as he whips out his pickaxe, beginning to mine away through the crowd. George and Sapnap had gone to do the same thing on either side of him, so he decided to follow through and mimic their actions in front of the whole Dream Maid. You continued to dig deeper, not even paying attention, until you realized you dug through the stronghold ceiling and fell through. Twitter! You dealt a bit of damage to yourself thanks to your clumsiness. Dream had safely landed with a water MLG, and so did George, although he let his water spread around a bit for Sapnap to safely land him. You're gonna give us a heart attack, Twitter. Be careful next time. You let out a sheepish chuckle as you pulled an apple from your inventory and proceeded to munch on it to regen. You all took a better look at which part of the stronghold you guys were located in. You all realized you were in the middle of it, with 3 pathways: the end portal, the library, and a way to another hallway. Sapnap lets out a huff. Huh, lucky. You patted off the remaining dirt from your clothes as Dream began going towards the portal room, getting rid of the silverfish spawner before starting on filling the gaps of the portal itself. Sapnap scratches his head before heading off to the empty hallway that led to an iron door. I'll go over here and check if there's any stuff I can grab before we enter. Same, I'll check over here. You were then left to your own devices yet again. Of course we're gonna go with the fucking British bitch. The Goog. The Googly. The Georgie. Jorge. As you entered the room, you were greeted by tall rows of bookshelves filled to the brim. Hearing the clink of the iron door closing behind you, George called out from the corner of the room. I'm right here. You followed the sound of his voice, leading you to him. As he closed a chest, he proceeded to sit on it. Just a compass and a few blank pages, nothing useful. He mutters out a little, oh yeah, and proceeded to bring out his crafting table, seemingly creating a bow along with some arrows. Moaned silence had seeped into your conversation before he'd called out to you. Twitter? You looked at him. He seemed a bit nervous and flustered. Don't you dare lie. I figured that maybe this is the last time we'll be able to talk in a calmer manner, let's say. So I just want to admit something. Twitter, I think you're really amazing. Thought you were against this. I just wanted to let you know that. That's fucking this second line is stupid. I hate this. This is the most parasocial, like, Twitch lingo shit I've ever heard. Yeah, 1. Oh. He smiles sweetly at you. I don't like this face. I'm glad the feelings unmet you. Hell. Thank God we're back on the bookshelves. Thank fuck. You feel a slight blush rise to your cheeks as he affirmed your growing feelings towards him. He hops off the chest. Let's head back? I'm pretty sure Sapnap's calmed his nerves and Dream's finished up the portal by now. You nodded and followed his lead out of the chamber. Well, at least they didn't fuck up the end portal. Because that's pretty hard to do. I mean, alongside the nether portal, sure, but whatever. As everyone started to regroup, the quiet humming of the finished end portal echoes out. Nervously, Sapnap speaks. Any encouraging words before you hop in? I'll turn to George. When George meets your gaze, his face was slightly tinted pink. Me? You want me to? All three of you had simply encouraged him with your smiles and faces. George sighs, shaking his head a bit before looking back at all you with a smile of his own. All right, then. I know most of this was my fault, but there's no time to dwell on that now. What matters is that we're close to what is probably the solution, and that we'll all be able to escape this realm and return back home. Everyone had given each other affirming glances, reassuring one another that they're ready before staring down towards the black vortex. You gripped on the axe and shield that you were wielding, your nerves making you feel all jittery. 1-3? Sapnap shakily breathes. 1, 2, and everyone began to run up. 3. Man, I always forget how ugly the end is. Because, like, I can't access it on most of the servers I play on. Either because I'm too lazy to, like, find the stronghold, or it's just blocked entirely. Goofy odd another. You braced yourself as the discomfort of teleporting began to set in. You covered your mouth as you landed onto the obsidian platform, trying to get a hold of yourself. George shakes his head as he checks on everyone right after landing. Twitter, are you okay? You waved him off, coughing as you do so. Oh. I'm coughing too, yay. Realistic. It doesn't particularly convince him, but he trusts you enough to regain your balance yourself. Dream and Sapnap seem to have gotten used to the feeling of teleporting as they appeared fine. You struggled to get back on your feet as they began to build their way towards the center of the island where the dragon was situated. You got yourself on your feet and caught up to them. Go ahead and push towards the dragon. I'll take care of the ender crystals. Make every shot count, George. Of course. He runs off to the sides as he already begins aiming at the top of the pillars. Dream turns to you. Me and Sapnap will go ahead. Land attacks on the ender dragon. You steer clear from her, alright? Kill some endermen and grab the pearls they drop so that you can filter them to us or use them for yourself if you have to flee. You obliged, staying in the outer ring of the island as the two childhood friends rush towards the middle. Damn, the music's kind of going crazy right now. You dared to make eye contact with the tall, void-like mobs to aggravate them. They proved effective as they began to open their mouths, their irritating buzzing getting louder as they launched themselves at your shield. You shoved them away and attempted to land hits on them whilst taking caution of any of their attacks that managed to get too near to you. After taking at least 2 hits from the mob, you counted the amount of ender pearls you've gained whilst eating some bread to regenerate your health. Seeing that you've gotten quite a lot, you quickly jumped into the middle to throw some to Dream and Sapnap. Thanks, Twitter. Sapnap managed to catch all of it, tossing the other half towards the blonde who had just landed his water MLG. After a few more minutes of combat, it seemed that the other Ender Dragon's health had depleted until halfway. George had done his job of shooting all the healing crystals. You were busy looking around for the older male when the dragon had launched a fireball near you. You had only heard a soft thudding sound, and before you knew it, you were surrounded by purple particles that began to burn you. Twitter! Use an ender pearl! Get out of there! You fumble over the items in your inventory, finally stumbling over the sphere-like object and throwing it away to somewhere safer. Your breath was shaky and in short puffs as you teleported. You looked up to your health bar to see that you had 2.5 hearts left. Twitter, are you okay? You wanted to reassure them that you're fine, even away of your hand, but the required effort to do so was too much for you, and it ended up making you feel a lot more lightheaded. George, we need you. Being the nearest one to you, George glances back to you worriedly. You shook your head in an attempt to tell him to go help the others. George furrowed his eyebrows together before turning away and ran towards the middle. I'm right here. We need your help in keeping the dragon away from Twitter. Got it. Alright, Dream was the sole person out of everyone in your group to have experience being on half a heart, and you were close. To say it hurt was sugarcoating it. You felt excruciating pain as your heart tried to make up for the blood that you'd lost from the recent situation. As you breathed heavily, you fiddled around for the golden apple that had stayed in your inventory the entire time. The last time you glanced at the dragon's health bar, it was nearly finished. Just a few critical hits, and it would be over. You sighed as you took your time, finally being able to fish it out from all of your belongings. You were about to eat it when you heard a bellowing noise from above. The Ender Dragon was coming right at you. That was my mother. Luckily, we weren't on any of the... Twitter! You froze and shut your eyes tight as you braced yourself for what was about to happen. You heard the noise of a hit. You didn't feel any pain. You opened your eyes and saw George, who had his bow up and fired his last arrow at the dragon that had only been 1 hit away. The dragon screeches as it levitates up, light protruding its body as it slowly disintegrates into specks of particles and EXP points. And right then, a sound effect echoes out from George himself. GeorgeNotFound has made the achievement. Free the end. Everything was silent before all 3 of them began to whoop loudly. Oh my god, George, you did it! Yeah, that's our boy! George was then lifted into the air by the 2, the male himself laughing loudly as they all cheered. After a whole while of being stunned, you let out your share of giggles. The boys turned around as they heard you laugh. The 2 childhood friends had glanced at each other with a glint of mischief in their eyes. before running towards you with George still on their shoulders. "Look, guys, let me down." The two had simply laughed at him before letting him get off as they stopped right in front of you. Dream helped you up to your feet, giving you the golden apple you dropped to heal up. You nodded at him in thanks, feeling a whole lot better as you took a bite out of it, and turned to see Sapnap, pushing a blushing George towards you. "Hi, Egg." What do you mean, why does he look 12? Yike. What do you mean? They look like children. What is this? Blame the other person and call. This was not my conscious decision. When he was right in front of you, you had simply thanked him for being brave and saving their life. "I'm really glad you're okay, Twitter." He wasn't one who can easily convey his emotions through words, you figured. You gave out a soft laugh as you cupped his cheek, letting him have a bite of your golden apple. Oh. Thanks, Twitter. Twitter, I picked the worst name possible to ruin anything. Dream laughed at the exchange, his hands on his stomach as he cackled. George sent him a glare, going to the point of even rolling his eyes at the male's reaction towards you, so. "Alright, you two are cute. We get it. Kill me. Come on, let's go home." You nodded, and all four of you had walked up to the middle. Dream and Satnap had eyed each other sideways as they made their way to the portal, their antics making you stifle a small giggle. You hope that once all you join in, you will all be, 1, be able to come home safely, and 2, remember everything that had happened. You were so nervous, but this was so far your only choice, to jump into the unknown. You felt someone grab a hold of your hand. Your gaze trailed from the portal to see that it was George himself. He had a soft, reassuring smile on his face as he squeezed your hand. You were sure that he was nervous too. On 3? Everyone grinned at him. 1, 2, 3. You woke up on your bedroom floor, clutching at your throbbing head. It seemed that you had fallen over your chair. You heard your phone buzzing from your desk. Groaning, you crawled over it to check your notifications were going off for. For the first few spams, it had been from your friends as you were apparently late for your Hypixel game together with them. The most recent one was... GeorgeNotFound went live, fixing my chair. GeorgeNotFound. George. Minecraft. The Realm. You quickly pressed on the notification, the stream's audio booming out of your phone's speakers. "Sorry guys, I know we were supposed to be doing a Minecraft challenge right now, but our connections did some sort of blip, and now my chair is wrecked." The chat roars in laughter, finding it hilarious that he'd fallen off of his chair to the point of breaking it. "Wow, chat, you guys aren't feeling nice tonight, huh?" Your heartbeat rising, you impulsively sent a dono to try and catch his attention. Why is it Dream Skin on GNF's stream? I don't fucking know. Oh, that's true. It is Dream Skin on the George stream. Only you would fucking notice that. That tiny little detail. He stops holding the pieces that belong to his chair to check the donation. "Okay, we just donated. Thank you for the dono." Fuck it. Just donated. Thank you for the dono. "You think you're so funny, huh?" George stopped himself when he had read your username. "Twitter. Hold on. DM me on Twitter. Do you have the same user?" Main part of the scene, whatever. You had to be quick. You knew how fast some people can be at taking names and usernames and impersonating someone. You immediately transfer to Twitter, the stream turning to a picture-in-picture form and situating itself at the bottom corner of your phone, and sent him a message. George, it's me. Do you remember everything? The Minecraft realm, the library, the golden apple? Your heart rate picks up as you anxiously wait for a response. You hope you were quick enough. You heard his quick typing noises from his stream as the chat zoomed by with your name combined with a bunch of question marks asking who you were. And then, suddenly, someone joined the call. Dream! George, what in the hell are you doing? It's Twitter! What do you mean it's Twitter? Mute your mic on stream, you idiot! The audio from both Dream and George's mic have been silenced. And suddenly, you have a notification beep from Twitter. Twitter? Of course I remember. Dream's helping me book a flight for you right now. Would next week be okay? You flushed. Already? But it wasn't as if you didn't want to be by his side. You already missed being next to him. The next message came in, and it was like you both had connected brain cells. Wait. Oh my god. Wait. Was that too quick? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. George, it's okay. I'm free, so it's okay. Not Dream flying in a... Yeah, I'm not gonna... Is this real? Oh my god. Wait, please don't look at my stream for like 5 seconds. Huh. Curiously, you peeked at the stream window on the bottom corner. George was jumping around in happiness, arms in the air before returning back to the mic, seemingly telling the other male of your decision. You laughed at yourself, your cheeks hurling. Not hurting, really. Your cheeks hurting from how much you were smiling that entire time. You couldn't wait to see him again. And that was the first ending out of 9. And it has been an hour and 20 minutes. Oh, God. Oh, a new player. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this marshmallow Stay Puft bitch ass? Who is this? 12-hour stream easy? No, I have to go back to school tomorrow. I haven't been there for a week because I got COVID. It looks like a chess piece. I do not care. Well, I fucking do because I have shit to get done. I am not insane. A new player. Interesting. You must be Twitter. I'm XD. I'm in charge of everything in between here. It seems that you've unlocked an ending. That's really cool. Say, if you can unlock everyone's endings, maybe you can help me find a secret code. I've been seeing an opening here and there, but I'm having some trouble in achieving the code I need. Maybe it'll benefit you too. If you had an entire week. Little mushroom. But then it'd be up to you if you'd like to help me. It'd be really cool if you do. Until then, I'll see you next time. Hell. Okay, so it's 10 for me right now. I have some schoolwork to get done. And I also need to sleep at some point. So the options are don't be a psychopath and end stream. Go for one more ending. Like Sapnap or whatever. Thank you for the gifted subscription, Tripped. Thank you so much for the continued support. Absolutely gaming. You are going insane this stream, man. I truly do appreciate it, although I'm not very good at saying it out loud, because I feel like I'm just repeating myself like a broken record. But, damn. That must have been much. Yeah, but we have the option of trying to speed run the endings, which would probably take like another good hour. I don't know. That's fair. See ya. Honestly, I would really rather prefer to not be fucked on stream. Because if I don't get stuff done today, then I have plans for a little bit of streaming across this week, actually. Not just Friday with the fuckboys. I'll actually be doing something a little earlier. And so if I don't have to worry about stuff later, we can have a little fun later on stream. You know what? How about this? Let's make a deal. I don't think about this fucking game for a bit. I'll do a follow-up stream. How about that? Because I didn't even want to touch this game originally, but we can do a second part later if I get to go free today. Is that reasonable? I feel like it's pretty reasonable. I think it's perfectly reasonable. If we don't have all endings by the end of the year, I riot. How much later? I don't know. Probably next week. Yes, that is reasonable. Okay. I feel like this is a hostage negotiation. You know, a free day this week. So probably if I'm not busy with either a different stream or work during the main week, so Monday to Thursday. Reasonable possible. Hostage negotiation, but you are the hostage and the police at one. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Yeah, but I think that's pretty reasonable. Anyways, if you are still here, that's pretty cool. I usually don't like doing stuff like this to myself, but it happens more often than I'd like to say. So, it'd be very appreciated if you enabled notifications, because they make me feel better about myself and being able to do this bullshit. If you can't do that, which is perfectly reasonable, we have a Discord server. ! Discord. That is not how you spell Discord. What the fuck? Thank you, Trip. How the fuck do I spell Discord? There we go. We have a Discord server there. That's a cool link. I hope it still works. Hopefully. It should. But if you go in there, you can opt in for your notifications, and you can vibe with the community, which is really cool. Or, if you really can't make it to any of those, we have an Epic VODs channel, where everything I do, unless it's absolute dog shit, gets posted there as well. Or the 24-hour birthday stream, that's because it was too big. Thanks for chatting, Trip. Other than all those links and messes aside, love y'all, and peace. I don't really have any final words to get from idiots, because they all left. Fuck Goggy, or wait, yeah,